Hello everyone and welcome. Today I'll be demonstrating several stages of the gilding process used in Byzantine iconography. On this panel of black walnut, I've begun a partial egg temper sketch of Saint Monica, and I'll be experimenting with surface preparation and gilding techniques directly on the wood. In this demonstration, I will show applying the Kolner Red Fond, burnishing with an agate burnisher, applying the Pebeo water-based gilding size, and laying and burnishing the gold leaf. So this is the beginning of an icon I'm planning to do of Saint Monica. And this is an experimentation board. One of my friends who's a woodworker gave me this piece of walnut from his shop, which is a really beautiful piece of walnut. And so what I wanted to do is create an icon, but having the grain, the beautiful grain of the wood showing as well. So I'm experimenting with several things. Another thing I'm experimenting with is the halo. So I'm using this, the Kolner KGGG system of Fond, which is burnishing clay, red burnishing clay. And I used to use something similar when I did water gilding. This is also for water gilding. However, I'm again experimenting even with that. And I'm going to, instead of using water for gilding, I'm going to try this Pebeo water-based preparation for gluing gold leaf. So one of the things I'm doing with this clay, burnishing clay, is I'm using one of my agate burnishers to burnish it, which then results in a very, very highly polished surface. You can almost see the difference between right here where I was just burnishing and over here, which was burnished yesterday, but it still needed more burnishing. This can take quite a long time to do, and I won't bore you with having you watch me do it the whole way, but you can see that it has already been burnished by the shininess of it. But now I'm going to give it one more go round and really get it super shiny. And then we'll come back and I'll apply the Pebeo gilding paste mix-in. So you can see now how shiny it is all the way around. And now it's ready for us to apply this water-based glue size. So here I have a flat brush, and I'm just going to apply it to the surface. And with this, according to the directions, you only need to wait for 15 minutes. Trying to look at it to see if I've covered all the spaces. It does look good. Maybe just a little right there. Okay, so now we're going to wait for 15 minutes. Okay, so let's see how we do with getting this on here. Well, it went on very easily. It looks good so far, actually. Let's Let's see what happens. So what I did with this icon board, again, this is really an experimenting icon. I'm planning to do several more drawings and ways of painting St. Monica. So I don't have to worry too much about this one being perfect in any way. But in order to have the walnut of the wood show, instead of preparing the board with the usual standard gesso, which, as you know, is very opaque. So if I covered this board with gesso, you know, all you would see is the white of the gesso. So I thought I would experiment and see if I could still use the egg tempera, but use it just with the rabbit skin glue. Now I could have chosen some other kind of surface, but I thought, you know, since we make the gesso with rabbit skin glue, it seemed to me like the best idea. So I think you can see that this gold leaf is really, really shiny already, and I haven't burnished it yet. I mean, I did burnish the red clay, the base, as I showed you. But usually after we have the gold leaf all on, we give it a little bit of time to dry. And then we use the brush to scoop off all the little flakes that we don't want there. And also that burnishes the surface a bit and makes it really shine really well. So this is going on like a dream, I will say. It's very, very easy. Seems to stick beautifully. It's only been 15 minutes that I put it on before. So far so good. Let's see, anywhere else? Just don't know about that right there. That might need some. I think that edge right there did not get glued. No, it's not working there. Okay, so now, as you remember, I always say we can take the a large piece of the this tissue paper that came with the gold leaf, and we could just rub it. And if we see any dark spots, that means there's no gold leaf there. And this also serves to rub down the loose particles that are on there. So it's looking good to me. And can't wait to see it when it's burnished. Ay, ay, ay. It's incredible. Can you see that? How bright it is already. Yeah, look at that. So that is the reason for using the Kolner method, because it gets a really, really bright gold surface. Okay, let's wait a few minutes, then we'll come back and burnish it and see how it went. Okay, now I'm going to take a soft brush and just come along and burnish it a little bit. Wow, pretty amazing, I think. You can see how incredibly shiny it is. So I like it. I think it really worked well. And I'll keep experimenting and let you know how it all goes. But I think that's a really good result, to be honest. Now, with the price of gold as crazy as it is, we've got to really make all of our gold leaf really count, right? Yikes. All right. Well, bless you. And I'll be in touch with more interesting experiments as we move along. As being part of the Patreon system where you're patronizing my work and supporting it, I really appreciate your patronage, and these little vignettes are intended to help you to grow in confidence in painting your own icons. God bless. Working on this black walnut panel with a developing image of St. Monica allows me to experiment while remaining rooted in tradition. Gilding is never only technical. In iconography, gold represents divine light, not earthly illumination, but the uncreated light of heaven. Each layer, preparation, patience, and attention, becomes part of a prayerful process. Thank you for joining me in this demonstration, and thank you to all my Patreon patrons for supporting the work that I'm doing. God bless.